The Benn Method is really a foundational methodology that I brought together over 35 years from originally my spiritual teacher back in 1990 when I first met him. I had cancer at the time, and he helped me to understand my purpose, why I created the cancer and all the suppressed emotions that I was pushing down, and also what my role here on this journey was, but also why I chose my family and all the roles that they were playing in my life to help me on this journey to bring forth the work that I've been doing. Being the joy and reminding them that they too can be happy and joyful and jump out of bed and go, wow, I feel fantastic. I love my life. I have the best life, regardless of their background, regardless of all the trauma from childhood or other significant emotional events that have been really painful emotionally. But to let all that go, and who are they being now in this present moment, now that that's all gone? And what that does is this sense of freedom, mind, body, spirit. And my background being started in body work, and then more energy work, and then more healing and somatic work and psychic surgery, and just going deeper into why do people hold these patterns or pain in their body. And I would release and help them to release it from their body. But it was about what's the root cause of why are they creating this pain in their body. And the same goes for illness or disease. And so that's why I do what I do. It's really about finding out what makes people tick, what are the blocks, and where have they forgotten who they are as a soul and how powerful they are, and how we all have the healing ability within ourselves to heal our own body of any diagnosis, of any pain, of any illness. And when you believe that and know that in your mind and trust yourself and believe in yourself, then you're unstoppable. You're fearless. And it all starts with a thought. And so through my coaching and my workshops and all my trainings that I now do, it really comes from my very beginning of what I learnt from my spiritual teacher back in 1990 when I had cancer, and everything that he taught me and all his teachings that helped me to get where I am today. And I'm very grateful for him and what he helped me on this path, because this is what put me on the holistic health and healing path, and where I started studying many, many different modalities. A lot of the modalities was to continue to heal myself, because I was in a lot of emotional pain and still unraveling a lot of trauma patterns from my childhood, and from rejection, abandonment, a lot of abuse, a lot of criticism and judgment, and sexual abuse. And you know, it's like everyone's got a story. And so over the years I've been healing myself, as well as learning lots of different tools in order to help others who have gone through similar experiences. So as soon as I've overcome something, well, then the universe would send me a client with exactly the same thing, and it's like, bang, been there, done that, this is what I did, and follow the example. And so that's the work I've been doing, either whether it's one-on-one coaching or now it's predominantly the Benn Method Academy. Benn Method stands for balance, energy, nurture and nourish. And the end result is the new you, the new version of you, you stepping into who you truly are as a soul, as a spirit. You are connected to source. You are magnificent and powerful. There is nothing stopping you. And so this is everyone on this planet. We all chose to be here at this time. And all souls are amazing, but when we came here on this dense environment called Earth, we forgot who we truly are. And then we took on all these old programs and patterns and beliefs and stories and trauma and held it in our body and believed it was true, believed that we weren't good enough and we can't have something, or we're not worthy, or we're not deserving, or we have to keep suffering and struggling, and no one ever gives you anything in life. You know, that was what my dad said. You know, anytime we ever ask for money, it's like, I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No one ever gives you anything. You have to work. And so the belief that I had in my subconscious was I have to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in order to succeed. But that's no fun for a free spirit. And so that's what caused adrenal burnout for me. And so running that old pattern of constantly pushing and driving and to the point of exhaustion, and it's like, got to keep going. So this is what a lot of people are running on right now, is a lot of cortisol, a lot of adrenaline, and most people are burnt out and they are exhausted. So the meaning of the Benn Method is advanced self-care for the soul, to listen to your soul, to give yourself self-care and learn to love yourself so that you are listening to your body. And so in the Benn Method Academy, I teach people all the tools, not just for self-love and self-forgiveness and self-compassion, but how to heal their own body, to identify what is causing the pain, what is causing the illness, and what's underneath the illness, what is the learning from that illness or disease, and to heal that, release it, and then just go and live your joyful life. Come home to who you truly are, because nothing else matters. The external world and trying to get approval and acknowledgement and validation from the external world, it's not true. It's like, come home to your heart. And the external world is what causes a lot of fear and a lot of fear mongering. And so some of the methods that I teach people is stop focusing on the external world and be in stillness and sit in quiet and listen to your soul. What does your soul want you to know today? And keep dropping in and listening. You are source energy. We're all connected to source energy. So, but you have to be quiet in order to hear them. If there's too much noise and chatter, it's like that just causes a lot of chaos, and this is what causes a lot of addictions, because people will feel the fear or the anxiety or all the emotions come up, and because it scares them, they'll go, oh, quick, grab that addiction, I want to numb it out. So that's where, the alcohol or the drugs or the cigarettes or whatever their go-to is to numb out that emotion. But we're energy beings, and energy needs to move. So when you actually sit and feel that emotion, because emotion is energy in motion, you get to feel, oh, hello, fear. What's your message for me? And what would you like me to know? And then it's like, oh, it's all an illusion. It doesn't even matter. It's like, it was all in my head. Oh, well, now I can just get on with my day and have fun. And because it's like that's not taking up the space or taking up the space in your mind. And a lot of the suffering that people are having, it's all in the mind that created it. So one of the modalities that I learnt back in 2004 was power healing. And this was a big aha for me, because I'd been doing the body work for many years, and people would come to me with different pain and say, this hurts and whatever, and I'd release it from their body. But the next time they came, it's like they'd recreated it, or they'd created something else. And that's when I went much deeper. So when I learnt the power healing, which is it's an enlightenment modality that shifts consciousness, expands awareness, and connects all 12 strands of DNA. And so this was a big aha for me, because I went, here's a modality that shifts consciousness and reminds you who you truly are, because you can't fix the physical body with the mind that created it. So if you shift this, then the body will take care of itself. And that's where so many miracles of people healing from major diagnosis, it doesn't matter what the label was, where they've created a miracle and healed themselves, even against medical predictions. And so this is the belief in the mind, and this is how I healed my own cancer. I personally went through a very traumatic childhood and chose a very dysfunctional family, and all the lessons that I have learnt through that time, and the healing that I have gone through myself to remember who I am as a soul, is everything that I teach in all my trainings. And because everyone has a story, everyone's gone through some kind of trauma for their soul's mission or soul's learning and growing. Just advanced souls have a very eventful life. And so we kind of sign up for the biggest of the best of the trauma, of the suffering, of the struggling. And it's like, why me? But it's like, why not you? Because this is what we agreed to. So all the light workers out there, and all the pioneers and the star seeds that are out there on the front line, we signed up to go through everything that we have gone through, because we're strong enough to come out the other side shining, stronger, more courageous. And I've nearly left this planet several times. And the last time was a big one. I was this close to leaving. And so, but I've come back from that even more stronger and more determined to get my legacy out and share it with as many millions of people around the world. And that's my goal. That's my intention. That's why I'm here. You know, keep coming back to your heart. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. And stop complying to authority outside of yourself in the external world that is against what you feel. So to really teach people to feel more and to trust themselves and to trust their heart, and then to make choices from that place. And when you make choices from your heart, from your soul, it's like you're listening to your inner guidance and you are following your truth. And it may not be everyone else's truth, but it's your truth. And that's what's important is follow your truth and then, you know, operate from your heart and keep making those choices from your heart space. And then when you speak, it automatically you're speaking from your heart with love. And so that I really, yeah, it's all about shifting consciousness, expanding awareness, and with the big awakening that's happening right now and all the people, humanity awakening, this is so exciting because this is what I've been teaching for over 20 years. And back then it was just considered woo-woo and I was from another planet, but I knew that everything that I was teaching was like the tool that everyone wanted, but they just didn't understand the simplicity of it. It was just about shifting consciousness. And then it's like everything else just works out for you. So now that the veil has lifted on the planet and it's so much lighter now, so many people are now realizing who they truly are and all the stuff that's online, and everyone's interested in more spiritual tools. It's no longer, you know, considered woo-woo or pushed aside as irrelevant, because science has backed it up, and science is now proving that science and spirituality are completely valid. And this is that what I've been talking about for decades. It's the feeling of swimming in the ocean, the feeling of being in nature, the feeling, it's all the emotions. And so I love the water, and I'm highly emotional. So it's the feelings that we get to experience while we're here on planet Earth that we don't get to experience as a spirit in, you know, floating around in the galaxy. We don't get to actually experience those feelings and emotions, whereas here it's more tangible and we get to have experiences and adventures and go and do things and also just admire the beauty, you know, the beauty of nature, or a beautiful flower in the garden, or just sit and watch the ants do their little busyness, or watching bees, you know, on a flower. That is just extraordinary. That's so beautiful. And so it's Mother Nature, enjoying Mother Nature, and also just experiencing everything that nature provides for us while we're here on the earth. for many years, I had to learn how to ground because I much prefer to be up in spirit than to be here. So grounding for me has been one of my lessons. And the other lesson is discernment, discerning who to trust on this playground that we call Earth. And not everyone has your true and best interests at heart. My intuitive gift, being able to tune in and self-regulate where I am and also identify where the other person is at. And also I can identify where their blind spots are and where their shadows are or where they're holding trauma. And that's why one of my gifts is the coaching and the healing and being able to go to the root cause of the problem, because I can identify it straight away. And so through my coaching and through the trainings, it's like we just bring that to the surface and then we just transmute it into light. And then that frees them up. They're no longer holding that heavy block of energy in their body or in their mind or in their subconscious. Reminding people, how powerful they are. It's like it all starts with the thought. The thought creates a feeling. The feeling creates an emotion. That emotion creates the behavior creates that action. And so it's like it all starts with a thought. So this is where thoughts become things. We have the power to create whatever we want. We are co-creators with the universe, but it's so important to be in alignment with who you truly are, with your soul, and to be aware of your thoughts and what you're thinking about every day. So any thoughts of old beliefs and old trauma and negative emotions that you're carrying, well then with the law of attraction, as soon as you think about that, you're going to get more of it. And so it's cleaning up our language, because a lot of people say, oh, I can't afford that. Well, okay, your wishes, our command. The universe goes, oh, okay, stay in lack and poverty then. Or if people say, oh, I can't do that because of X, Y, and Z, well, as soon as you say, I can't, well, then you're just cutting off your supply and you're also clogging up your lymphatic system. So this is where not just your thoughts create things, but your words create things. And that's everything that I teach people, because it's like we are the creators of our reality. So be aware of your thoughts, be aware of the words you're speaking, be aware of the stories that you're telling others, or even what you are thinking to yourself. And because it's all energy, we are all energy beings. And if people truly believed how much energy and power that we have, we can light up a whole city. We have so much light in our bodies. But this is where I remind people of that, because they have forgotten, and then they hold on to all these old beliefs that keep their energy vibration down. Whereas when you're high frequency, you attract, and everything always works out for you. And you just focus, oh, that's what I desire. That's what I truly want. And then you just go this and this and this. Be very clear about what you want to attract and create into your life, and just see yourself actually having that outcome or that result and feeling the feelings in your body, because it's already done. If you can think it, you can conceive it. Because we can. We chose to. We chose to be here at this time to witness and observe the miraculous awakening that is going on planet Earth right now. Never before have we experienced this shift in consciousness in humanity for thousands of years. And that's why right now, in this present moment, in this lifetime, is such an incredible, miraculous time here on Earth. And that's why I'm excited to share my teachings, because this is what we all came for. It's like, this is a huge party, and let's celebrate life, because it's like, it's over just like that. But what's happening right now is such an amazing awakening for humanity, for the earth, and for future generations to come. We're all born with a blueprint. You know, this is our, like Akashic record, or our human design, and this is where the astrology comes in. And so before we came here on this planet, we actually agreed and had contracts to go through significant emotional events in order for our soul to learn and grow. And as horrific as it is at the time, and horrific as in traumatizing, very uncomfortable, like, oh my God, why am I in this situation? But when you come out the other side and you look back, it's like, wow, look what I survived and how much stronger I am. And that's what our soul signs up for as a soul before we come down here in these bodies. And if you look at your whole birth chart, or look at your Akashic records or your human design, it actually shows that at certain periods in your life, you will go through like a catastrophic event that could possibly take you out, but it doesn't. And so when you see at these certain points in your life, and it's like, wow, all those events has made me stronger and who I am today. And so that's what everyone has a story. Everyone's gone through major experiences, but some souls come and go, you know what, I've had enough major events in past lives. I'm just going to cruise through this one and smell the roses and nothing. So it's like that's okay. But as a soul, when you go through these major traumatic events, that's where you really learn and grow and keep expanding and evolving. So that's why we choose to go through these different experiences. But keep coming back and trusting and having faith. And that has been my biggest lesson, and biggest belief in this life. I've just had so much faith and trust. I've put myself in situations and taken myself, like I've traveled all around the world, but I've put myself in situations where I've looked around and went, oh, I should not be here. But it's like I have so much faith and trust that the universe has always protected me, always kept me safe, and always got me out of whatever the situation is. So when you have that really true, deep trust and faith that the universe has got your back. We are protected. Source, we are part of source energy. Regardless of what happens, nothing and no one can hurt you, harm you, or destroy you. Yes, you go through major events in your life, but when you know who you are as a soul, nothing can affect you. And that's the true foundation of what I teach to all my students and my clients. It's like, okay, you've gone through a divorce. Yep. Or you've come out of this career, great, and now, but what did you learn from that? You know, it's like turning it around constantly. It's like, what did you learn from that experience? High five, you know, good on you. Now let's create your next chapter. Because everyone on this planet, we all get to keep writing a new movie script of our life. And who do we want to be? Who are we becoming? And how are we showing up in the world? And this is where cleaning up all those blind spots, those shadows, those unconscious patterns that are keeping you stuck or keeping you in a holding small pattern, you know, playing small and not truly stepping into the real version of you, the true version that's shining their light. Well, then, you know, my business name from 2006 was Heart Light Energy. And it was like, you know, turn on your heart light and let it shine wherever you go. And it's based on Neil Diamond's song, you know, turn on your heart light. So that was what I used to tell people is just go out, turn on your heart light and let it shine wherever you go. And then just keep stepping into the powerful, unstoppable, magnificent being that you are. Because when you're in that place, you're fearless. Nothing bothers you. It's like the universe has got my back. So, I'm on a playground, let's play. And so what adventures, you know, every day is a new adventure. What exciting adventures will unfold today? Who will I meet today? Who's going to come into my life today? You know, there is every opportunity every single day that magnificent miracles happen in every moment. So it depends on what you're thinking about and what energy you're putting out there is what you will attract back. So if you just go out with this excited, optimistic thoughts, you know, or you go out with this optimistic mindset and attitude that you will attract in whatever the universe has installed for you. Amazing things can happen. Miracles can happen. Do you know last week I was coming home on my bicycle on the footpath, $25. And I went, thank you, universe. $25 cash. And it's like, oh, well, how do I return this to whoever dropped it? It was like, well, that was a gift from the universe. So this is how, you know, the universe is always showing these signs and symbols. I see triple numbers every single day, several times a day. I see messages, I get signs, I get so much confirmation that I'm on the right track. And everyone has this ability, and it's like they're cheering you on, they're guiding you in every moment. And when you can truly just listen to your inner guidance and follow the footsteps, follow those breadcrumbs, and it's one step at a time. And even when we make choices that are not for our highest good and destiny, and we go down a road, another road, well, they will make the best possible outcome of that choice that we've made, and they'll turn it around somehow. So when you have this faith and trust that we are so guided and protected, and it's like we can do no wrong, just go out and play and just be the free spirit that you are, because the universe is guiding you every single way. Get out of your own way. I'm being a Taurian because I'm known to be stubborn. Sometimes it's like, no. And I'm aware of that trait. And so this is also being, part of my learning is knowing that, yes, I can throw tanties and actually, there's been a lot of times where it's like, because I suffered with a lot of depression for many, many years. Even though I was always happy and joyful on the outside, on the inside, I was quietly suffering and struggling with a lot of depression. And I asked them many times, I'm ready to come home, just take me. And do you know what they said? No. And they kept saying it several times. And it didn't matter how many tanties I threw, they just went, no. And it's like, yeah, just suck it up and put your big girl pants on. And it's like, you've got this. I remember a time in 2009, I was in Maui and I was swimming under the water, and all the whales were also there at the time, and I was listening to them sing, and I just went, oh my God, I could just stay here forever. This is so beautiful. And I keep joking about that, I'm a mermaid in a past life, because I love being underwater. Anytime that I'm underwater, even if it's in a swimming pool, I'll always go underwater and pretend I'm Aquaman, Aquaman from many years ago, and it just, through the water. And so I love being underwater. And because I grew up on the Great Barrier Reef, I spent many, many years in the water as a kid, snorkeling and diving and swimming and in amongst the coral and all the nature spirits in the ocean. And so being in the water for me is it lights me up, because it's just part of me. It's who I am. As a little kid, because my dad used to take us out every Christmas, and we anchored at Lady Musgrave Island. And I was really young, and I said to one of Dad's friends, oh, is there any sharks here? And he goes, no, the crocodiles ate them all. Oh, that's all right then. And all us kids would just jump overboard and we'd just swim all day, and we were in the water all day, and they'd have to pull us out, to come and have lunch or to, whatever. But it's like, that's my happy place. If I am in the water, it's like that's bliss. That's my happy place. My purpose is to help the evolution of humanity, to shift consciousness, expand awareness, and remember who they are as a soul, as this magnificent, powerful being that they are, and just to love and be love and feel love and go be and do and have anything that you desire, because you are worthy, you are deserving, and go have fun. And just keep laughing and having fun. Be the joyful being that you are, and wake up excited about every single day and all the magical moments and miracles that will unfold every single day. And when you're coming from that energy, that mindset, that attitude, well, disease cannot survive in a healthy and happy body. It just will not exist. And so when you are truly feeling gratitude and love in your heart, well, then nothing else matters. It is amazing. It is so fulfilling, so rewarding to see that light bulb go off and just see them get their aha. And I mean, the transformation is instant. You can see the light come back into their eyes. You can see their whole body relax. You can see even, well, I feel more. And so it's like their heart is just radiating with so much love and so much light. And it's like, I'm home. I'm home here in my heart. I'm home. And that's really the essence of the work that I do with all my trainings. To fulfill my soul's mission in this lifetime, and that's why the Benn Method Academy is the legacy that I choose to leave after I've gone. And the ripple effect and all the teachings, all the training, everything that I speak about on stage, on podcasts, on summits, in workshops, in retreats, all my teachings, it will have a ripple effect globally, and my message will help millions of people around the world. Is to help awaken humanity, to help with this ascension, and to do God's work here on this planet, fulfill my soul's mission, which is to stop the suffering and the struggle, and to remind people who they truly are as a soul. And through all the tools and everything that I teach in my trainings is exactly what they can do on a daily basis to take charge of their health, take charge of their life, and stand in their power, stand in their authority, and know exactly how to heal their body or heal a situation, and just trust. My purpose is to help the evolution of humanity, to shift consciousness, expand awareness, and remember who they are as a soul, as this magnificent, powerful being that they are, and just to love and be love and feel love, and go be and do and have anything that you desire, because you are worthy, you are deserving, and go have fun.